Hey, Eugene here. In today's video, you're going to hear me fumble, make some mistakes, overcome certain objections, and really have good, solid conversations with people. You're going to hear me talk to people who were not interested. You're going to hear me talk to people who were interested, people who I couldn't help, and people who I could help. You'll hear me set an appointment, and you'll really see me learning from my mistake. I made a pretty big one that I realized, and somehow I was able to get a second opportunity with the same person that made the mistake on. It's gonna be a really fun video to watch. I hope you enjoy it. And if you have any questions, please comment below, subscribe, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you. Hello, I am about to sit down and make some calls. As I was telling you in the introduction video, I am going to focus on working, talking to people, talking to clients. I have my leads being generated right now as we speak, and my system is going to dial them for me. I'm going to sit here, wait for my prospects to connect, or my leads to connect, so that way I can talk to them about their Medicare. I'm doing both the turning 65 and the 65 plus market, and I'll get into all that in later videos and how I have everything set up. Today I just want to sit down and make some calls. I will edit out the dead space, just so that way you're not sitting here watching me for 2-3 minutes at a time between connected calls. But I do want you to see a little bit about what I go through, and just so that way you know that it's pretty normal to get a bunch of objections, to get a bunch of people who are not interested, even though they said yes yesterday. And all you're doing is just you're weeding through all that stuff until you find somebody that you can help and that you can talk to. I will break down my conversation a little bit. I don't know exactly where or which direction this video is going to go until I start actually having the conversation. And then I'll actually do the introduction to this video at the end of the of my session of my calls, and then of course put it in the beginning of the video so that we know exactly which direction my calls went. So here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and make some calls and see who I can get on the phone and who I can help. So right now I have my Radius open, which is my CRM. I have my dialer. Actually, right now I'm already making the calls, and then I have my dashboard for my quoting tool, so that way I can generate a quote super quick and get it ready for the person that I'm going to be talking to. That way I'm not fumbling and not trying to go to different websites and try to sit there waiting for pages to load. That way I can be on and ready to deliver my presentation and be 100% focused on talking to the person, whoever it is on the other end. There's also a lot of social media time, email time, YouTube time, text message time while I'm waiting for a call to connect, but it usually is no more than 2 to 3 minutes between one person to the next. And I'm dialing 2 numbers at a time, just so that way I don't have to actually sit there and dial each phone individually. My system is doing that for me. Hello, Beverly? Hello, Beverly? Hello, Beverly? So, not available. I move on to the next call. Normally I have a fan on, sound machine or something, so that way the rest of the office, whatever noise they're making, is not distracting me. But I turn that off, turn the fan off, so the background noise, so that way it doesn't come across in the video for the recording. Don't stop believing. Cheers. That's just water. I know I'm from Ukraine, and anything clear, liquid, y'all think it's something else, but this is just plain old water. So I've had 3 connected calls, 2 voicemails. Actually, all 3 were voicemails. Hello?
Hello? Hello? Hello? Didn't I tell you all to stop calling me? If I want something, I order it.
Well, Miss Mary, you actually asked me to call you back on Thursday. I don't know if you remember. You spoke to my assistant about possibly saving some money on the same exact Medicare supplement coverage you have now. Do you remember that? It was
allergy medicine.
No, ma'am. So it was yesterday morning. You spoke to my assistant about possibly saving some money on the same exact Medicare supplement coverage you have right now, and I was just trying to give you a call back. Do you remember that?
No, I don't.
Okay, it was yesterday morning. Do you have a Medicare supplement now or a Medicare Advantage plan?
I got Medicare everything, so why ask me them questions?
Excuse me?
I said, I got everything, so why ask me those questions?
So I'm not trying to give you anything new. I'm not trying to replace what you have. What I'm trying to do is save you some money on the same exact Medicare supplement you have now, which is what the call was about yesterday. You asked for a call back. So do you have a Medicare supplement now?
I have everything.
Okay. So it sounds like you're just not interested then in saving money. Is that what it is?
And they do that anyway. I tell you, they hit me with one thing, take money in another one.
Well, no, ma'am. That's not what this is about. So if you have a Medicare supplement, because you've been on Medicare for a little while, so if you have a Medicare supplement, what I was going to do is give you a quote on the same exact coverage you have now. So it wouldn't be in addition to anything you already have now. It would be to save you money on the same exact coverage that you already have. So kind of like your car insurance, you probably have somebody that does your car insurance, same exact car insurance. You may, pay $20, $30, $40 a month less. It's kind of the same thing here with your Medicare. But if you have a Medicare Advantage plan, I can't help you. But if you have a Medicare supplement, I would love to give you a quote if you have a second.
Well, I don't have the supplement, so therefore it ain't going to do nothing.
I gotcha. Well, have a good day. Thank you so much, Miss Mary.
You do the same. Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye-bye.
So she was a little hostile at first, no big deal. I overcame it, at least got her to talk, to engage, said a few things in there to kind of spike her awareness, have her listen a little bit more. So in this one, as you saw, there's nothing there. She clearly doesn't have a medical.
Hello?
Hello?
Lily?
Yes.
Hey, Lily, this is Eugene giving you a call back. I don't know if you remember, you spoke to your assistant yesterday about possibly saving you some money on the same exact Medicare supplement that you have right now. Do you remember that? It was yesterday morning.
She said, I think somebody was supposed to call me 10 o'clock this morning.
Yes, ma'am. I tried earlier today. I couldn't get through, so I figured I'd try in the evening. Do you have a Medicare supplement now, or do you have a Medicare Advantage plan now?
I don't really know.
Okay. It would actually be on your card. So not your Medicare card, but your secondary. If you look at your card, it'll tell you what you have, and I can give you a quote on the same exact coverage you have now.
Okay, can I call you back in a little bit because I'm eating supper?
Oh, yes, ma'am. I can try back in an hour if that makes it better for you.
I'll try then.
All right, Miss Lily. Thank you so much. Enjoy your dinner.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
So that one was going to mark as not available. So even though she did remember, she said, "Why did you call me this morning?" I tried, I just couldn't get through. So I said, I tried again this afternoon, which is what I was doing. She's eating supper. I just mark it as not available, and I'll call her back at my own convenience whenever I have time. So she was a 71-year-old lady. I wanted to give her a quick quote. She just didn't have time, and that's okay because I'm not wasting time trying to talk to somebody who doesn't have time for me, because I am trying to be respectful of what she's doing, because I did just interrupt her in the middle of her day. So so far I'm hello? Hello? So far, 2 conversations, not very fruitful ones. One was a call back because she was busy. One was a just not interested. She doesn't have a Medicare supplement, so can't help her. And then I had 3 connect to a voicemail, maybe 4 connect to a voicemail, and I've been doing this for 5 minutes? Hello? Possibly saving some money on the same exact Medicare supplement coverage that you have now. I think it was for David. Do you remember that?
No, I've been so busy I don't remember nothing too much.
I understand. Do y'all have a Medicare supplement or a Medicare Advantage plan now?
I'm not quite sure.
Okay, you think it'd be better if I spoke to Mr. David?
Oh, you can try. You can try.
Okay. All right, I will. Thank you so much.
Then thank you for calling.
You're
Bye-bye.
welcome. Bye-bye. So I made a little note on my dialer not to ask for her, but to ask for him. She wasn't really sure what they had and what was going on, it sounded like. So don't want to bother her again, but if hello?
Rhonda?
Uh-huh.
Hey, Rhonda, this is Eugene giving you a call back. You spoke to my
I
assistant.
can't understand you. I'm sorry.
Can you hear me? Is this better?
Yeah, a little better.
You spoke to my assistant on Wednesday about possibly saving some money on the same exact Medicare supplement that you have now. Do you remember that?
Disconnected. So she probably didn't remember. Maybe I was talking too fast. As you hear in the recording, she said that she couldn't understand me the first time. So I probably made the mistake of just going at it again a little too fast. So learning opportunity for me is just to slow it down just a little bit. But
Hello?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. We got a little disconnected. Is this better?
Yeah.
You,
Well, my granddaughter grabbed the telephone.
Okay. You spoke to my assistant a couple of days ago. Do you remember that about your Medicare?
I think so. Get down, Ella. Down.
Sounds like you got a house full of grandbabies.
Yeah. I got a 2-year-old.
My kids came into my office. I got 4 of them, and they came to say hi a little bit earlier today, so that was a nice treat. What I wanted
How
to
old
do.
were they? Were they young?
So I have a 9-year-old, a 7-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 1-year-old. Yes, they are young.
Oh, me. Oh. This 2-year-old is just running me to death.
Oh, I understand. Yeah, my youngest is starting to walk, and I'm right there with you.
I mean, she don't believe in danger. She'll get in the middle of the table and walk.
Yeah, it's hard to believe that we all once were like that, right?
I can't remember my kids doing some of the stuff she does. So.
Oh, yeah. Well, let me ask you, you have a Medicare supplement now, is that right?
Yeah, I have a state plan.
You have a state plan?
Uh-huh.
How's that working for you? Is it pretty affordable, or is it getting kind of expensive now?
Well, I'm pretty sure she's pretty expensive. My husband takes care of that. It's from his work.
Okay. So is he still working, or is he retired?
Retired.
Okay. If he handles all this stuff, do you mind, is he available to talk to, or should I call back a different time?
You'll have to call back. He's going to pick up the kids at school.
Okay. What I'll do is I'll try back maybe earlier in the day next week, if that's okay.
Yeah, that'll be great.
Okay. All right, Miss Rhonda. Thank you for your time.
Okay. Have a great weekend.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
okay, so let me tell you what happened with that one. That was pretty cool. So I told her in the beginning that I was calling about her Medicare, same spiel, same presentation, and then I started talking into the camera saying that I think I was talking too fast and I needed to slow it down a little bit so that way she would understand me, and all she heard probably was the word Medicare. Well, as I was talking into the camera, she picked up the phone again. I guess she put it down and picked it back up to hear if I was still there. I'm not really sure exactly what happened on her end. But she picks up the phone again, and it's like I had a second opportunity, but this time I was able to learn from my mistake with her the first time. Normally you learn from your mistake and do it on another call. But I was able to learn from my mistake and then re-deliver the same script, pick up some background noise about the grandbabies, establish a connection. Again, I slowed it down just a little bit for her so she could hear me better. Found out that her husband is the one that handles their insurance, and found out that they have a state plan. She said to call back sometime next week. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a note in my dialer to call back next week and ask for him. And now I'm gonna say, hey, I spoke with Rhonda, we were talking, she was distracted, she had a bunch of grandbabies in the background. She said, you're on the way to school to pick up some more kids, right? Whatever the conversation was, I'm gonna make it in my notes. And then establish a relationship with him, find out what they're paying, and see if I can possibly help them with their situation, maybe even saving them some money or get them better benefits, or maybe nothing at all. I won't know that until next week, which hopefully I'll have another call or recording video that I can share with you guys on what the final result with that call was. But what was really neat to see here was that I did it wrong the first time, and then I got another opportunity to do it right, and you can hear how different both interactions were. Really, really cool. I'm glad that that ended up on the recording. So now I know I'm going to title this video, Learn from Your Mistakes. And that's what I did here. I'm actually writing that down. So now I just have to make some quick notes. So that way I can remember this exact interaction next time I talk. But notice how my introduction also, so pay attention to my introduction as I deliver it. It's pretty much the same thing, giving you a call back, you spoke to my assistant, and then always follow up with, do you remember that? Because most of the time they don't, and it's just an objection that I'm able to overcome right away before it ever comes up. Yes,
Ma'am, this is Eugene giving you a call back. I don't know if you remember earlier in the week you spoke to my assistant about possibly saving some money on the same exact Medicare supplement coverage that y'all have. Do you remember that?
I really don't. I tell you, we've had so many calls, and I'm not ready to choose what Medicare plan I'm going to go on this coming year, and my husband is eligible for Medicare in November. Is his birthday, but he's got to choose a plan, but we already have someone helping us.
Are y'all working with somebody local, or what's your situation now?
Yeah, we're working local with a person.
Okay, because his with how backed up everything is and how slowly this whole country has been moving lately, I'm surprised that y'all haven't done anything yet. And that's not what this call is about. Also, this is about getting you the information you need so that way you could make a good decision. Why, if you don't mind me asking, why haven't y'all made any kind of decisions yet?
Well, we haven't had. We're waiting on his Medicare number. Supposedly, before we can work with this other individual about what plan, we have to have my husband's Medicare number.
So that's actually not true at all.
Okay.
I'm not sure why they would tell you that.
Okay.
Medicare, so your enrollment period starts 6 months before somebody goes on to Medicare. So in his case, 6 months before November. And they do that because they want to make sure you have plenty of time to get all your ducks in a row and get all your situation, and learn your situation. But 6 months prior to somebody turning 65, they don't have their Medicare number. So I'm surprised that they would tell you that. The only type of plan that requires you to have your Medicare number before you can do anything is, and by anything, what I mean is by signing up, right? Is Medicare Advantage, because you need your Medicare number,
right.
Which I don't think you need your Medicare number to learn all your different options. So that's a little strange to me. I've been doing this for 12 years. I've never required anybody to have their Medicare number in order to educate them.
Okay.
So how much do y'all know about Medicare now?
A little bit. I'm on disability, so I'm on Medicare Advantage plan. And then he was just looking at, we're not sure whether it's going to be straight Medicare or Medicare plus a supplement plan, or, what our options are for him.
Yeah. Well, so take it from somebody who's been doing this for a very long time, and this is how I do it. I do everything over the phone. I'm a national agent. I'm in over 30 different states, so I know the market. I know the trends. But the most important part is, in order for me to educate somebody, I don't need anything in return. That's the most important part. If somebody says you need your Social Security number, or your Medicare number, or your banking information before I can help you, that's just somebody who's trying to sell you something, and they won't talk to you until you're ready to buy. I would never tell anybody to do that. I tell people, you want to know Medicare first, And I know you're on Medicare disability, and your options are going to change.
I'm limited.
Yes,
Yeah.
but that's going to change once you turn 65.
Okay.
But there's no requirement for me to provide somebody with education.
Okay.
Yes. And so
well, we could use some education,
yes.
but my husband's a farmer, and he doesn't get in until later in the evenings unless I set up some type of appointment time
Yes,
where
ma'am.
he could talk.
Yes, ma'am.
And I wonder if we could do that.
Yeah, most definitely. So I work on your schedule. Okay, so this is what I do for a living, and that's the benefit of working with somebody over the phone is because it doesn't matter if it's a Saturday, Sunday, evening, or morning. I don't have to make time to drive to your house. I can just call you, right? And you don't have to clean up for me.
Right. Well, thank you. What company do you represent? All of them, or
yes, ma'am.
just
So
one?
all of them. I'm a broker.
Okay. You're
So
a broker.
I work with all the companies. I can see all Medicare Advantage plans in your area, all Medicare supplement plans in your area, all drug plans in your area.
Okay.
All that information is actually public. Now, of course, it's very hard to understand it, but I'm not going to require somebody anything just to talk to them. And if you don't, if you take my information and what you learn from me and you go somewhere else with it, I've done my job. My job is to help you first, and that's what I want to do. So your husband, tell me about his schedule, and let's plan something.
Well, he generally, this time of year, getting the crop in, he works 7 days a week, 6 to 7 days a week. But I know he's usually in the evening, sometimes around 6 or 7.
Around 7, okay.
But like tomorrow, Saturday, I could schedule something around lunchtime where he would come in and be able to listen to.
Yes. We can do that.
Okay.
What time is lunchtime for y'all?
Oh, about 12 noon Eastern.
12 noon. Okay. Yeah, that would work. If that works for you, that would work for me.
Okay.
And so, if you have a pen handy, let me give you my information. So my name is Eugene.
Okay.
My last name is Marchenko. It's like the month of March, and then ENKO. I'm an independent broker. I work with all the different companies.
Okay.
The name of my agency is American Insurance Benefits.
Okay.
And what I'm going to do is it's not going to be a sales call. I'm not going to try to sell y'all anything. So don't worry about any of that stuff. I'm going to tell you about how Medicare works, what your options are, and that way you and your husband can make a really good decision based on information versus some kind of sales pitch, because I'm not going to try to do that.
Okay.
I work with, actually, when I first started doing insurance 12 years ago, my primary focus was actually helping farmers and ranchers.
Oh, great.
So I know the schedule that he works.
Okay.
And I'm very flexible, so whatever is most convenient for y'all. We'll talk tomorrow. I'll get you enough to at least start having a conversation between the two of you. And then you'll have my contact information. And let me give you that to you as well. So my phone number is
Okay.
And is this a house phone or is this a cell phone for you?
This is a house phone number, and it's the best number. We live in the woods, and it's hard to get any cell coverage. We can hear the phone ring, but we can't answer it.
No, I understand. What kind of farming does your husband do?
Corn, cotton, soybean, wheat, rye, barley, and we have beef cattle.
So he's in prime time right now. Y'all are getting ready for it.
Correct. You're exactly right.
Okay. Well, let's do this. We'll plan for 12 noon tomorrow. Now, if something comes up, if something happens, and we need to reschedule, I promise there's no hard feelings. I completely understand what it's like. I got 4 kids, so I know what it's like to be busy.
Yes, it is, and we live right next door with our grandchildren, and they're over here some, and
oh wow.
So it's neat. It's nice to have that.
And do they get to go on any kind of a tractor or anything with Grandpa sometimes?
Oh yeah.
That's
they're
so
older, so the grandson is 11. He's actually working with his granddaddy. He has jobs to do around the farm.
That's so great.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay. Well, again, my name is Eugene. I have you scheduled for tomorrow noon. And then if for some reason you find out later today that it doesn't work, just shoot me a call and we'll just reschedule it.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you so much. Have a good evening. God
You
bless
too.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So that is how you overcome an objection on somebody who says that they're working with somebody local. Now, let me tell you my mistake. I started talking before I looked at my screen, and I delivered the presentation of somebody who's over the age of 65 without realizing this is somebody who's turning 65. So her husband's turning 65, she's already on disability. The point is, that was my bad. The cool thing is, they said that they're already working with somebody locally, but the local agent said that they needed a Medicare number before they can help them. Listen to the objection and how I overcame that objection, and basically said, "Hey, I'm gonna work on your schedule. I'm here around your clock, and I'm flexible. You don't have to clean up your house for me to come over, and you don't need your Medicare number or your social or your routing or account number to get some education." And that's what I do. So built a lot of credibility, but notice how not only did I build credibility, I told her a little bit about myself, but then also what I did is I made a connection with her husband being a farmer, and the grandbabies are older, so just pay attention to how first of all, I really stumbled in the beginning, but how I overcame that, and then on top of that, how I was able to overcome that objection about how they're working with someone local. Very cool. That was really good to hear. I'm gonna make my notes, and then I'll schedule them for tomorrow at noon, and hopefully we'll see what happens. So that wraps up today's recording, the sessions. You've heard me. I've been on the phone now for about an hour. I had 2 conversations that really didn't go anywhere. Then I had one really solid, good conversation, and then I had one where I made a mistake and I learned from that mistake. And that's really what you want. You want to have really good, solid conversations. My telemarketers are generating me really good quality leads where I'm able to talk to them. As you notice, I didn't dial the phone a single time. I have a system that dials the phone for me. And I'm able to have these conversations and really help somebody, and then as well as set appointments. And no one call closed today, but it's still early. I have about 2 more hours worth of calls left. And as I continue putting out these videos, you'll actually hear full presentations or bits and pieces of different presentations. And I want to be as real and raw and honest as I can about how I do this. This work is not easy, but it is very rewarding, especially with talking to people like her, where I'm able to build that connection and build that relationship. And clearly with this lady, she needed help, but the local guy, wasn't willing to help them until they provided him with some certain kind of information, which I don't necessarily agree with, because you really don't need anything from these people in order to provide good service. And really, this is a pipeline business, so he should have already been talking to her and building that relationship, which is what I'm going to try to do with her and have that appointment with him tomorrow. Thank you all so much for watching. It was really fun to do. I'm going to do more of these. If you like it, go ahead and comment, subscribe. If you have any questions, feel free to ask those questions. I want to hear your thoughts. You'll hear my conversations. Tell me what I did wrong. Maybe you would have done something a little bit different. I would love to learn from you, and let's get this channel to be a community of people not just watching and listening, but engaging. So let me know your thoughts, comment. There'll be links below to my different programs, my telemarketer program, my dialer program, and my data program. All that's going to be linked below. So if you have any questions, please feel free to comment, subscribe. I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Have a good day.